Born in 1913 in Darjeeling, India, Vivien Leigh was the daughter of a British Army officer and a Scottish mother. Her family moved to England when she was just a child, and this transition marked the beginning of her journey into the world of acting. Growing up in a household that valued the arts, Leigh was encouraged to explore her creative side. She attended the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, where she honed her skills and developed a passion for performance. Key influences in her early life included her mother, who introduced her to theater and literature, fostering a love for storytelling. Leigh's early exposure to the stage came from watching plays and participating in school productions, which ignited her desire to act professionally. During her time at RADA, she met influential mentors who recognized her talent and helped shape her career. These experiences laid the groundwork for her future success, leading her to iconic roles in films like Gone with the Wind and A Streetcar Named Desire. Vivien Leigh was a famous actress known for her roles in classic films like Gone with the Wind and A Streetcar Named Desire. She was born in India and later moved to England, where she became a star. Leigh was admired for her beauty and talent, but her life was also marked by personal struggles. Many people find her story inspiring. Can you share a personal story of how actress Vivien Leigh has inspired or impacted your life? There are many interesting facts about her that might surprise you. For example, did you know that she struggled with mental health issues throughout her life? Are there any lesser-known facts or anecdotes about actress Vivien Leigh that fascinate you? We would love to hear your most cherished memory or personal experience related to this classic star in the comments below. Keep watching this video because there are many funny, shocking, and sad facts coming up. At a young age, Vivien Leigh found herself captivated by the world of performance. Growing up in India, she was exposed to the vibrant culture and storytelling traditions that sparked her imagination. One pivotal moment came when she attended a local play with her mother. The magic of the stage, the way the actors transformed into different characters, left a lasting impression on her. She felt a deep connection to the emotions portrayed, and it ignited a desire within her to express herself through acting. Later, when her family moved to England, she enrolled in the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. There, she honed her skills and discovered the power of her voice and presence. A memorable experience was her first performance in a school play, where she received applause that made her heart race. This moment solidified her passion for acting, as she realized the joy of connecting with an audience. The thrill of embodying different characters and telling their stories fueled her ambition to pursue a career in the arts, leading her to become one of the most celebrated actresses of her time. Vivien Leigh is known for her powerful performances and iconic roles in classic films. Her most famous project is Gone with the Wind, where she played Scarlett O'Hara, a role that earned her an Academy Award. This film is a must-watch for anyone interested in her work. Another significant film is A Streetcar Named Desire, where she portrayed Blanche Dubois, showcasing her talent in a complex character. This performance also won her an Oscar. The Roman Spring of Mistress Stone is another noteworthy film, highlighting her ability to convey deep emotion and vulnerability. For those new to her work, Waterloo Bridge is a poignant love story that captures her range as an actress. That Hamilton Woman is also recommended, as it features her in a historical role alongside Laurence Olivier. These films represent the best of Vivien Leigh's filmography and are essential viewing for fans and newcomers alike. Vivien Leigh faced numerous challenges early in her career, yet her determination and resourcefulness pushed her toward success. Born Vivian Mary Hartley in British India, she relocated to England as a child, where her family endured financial instability. Her father's business ventures often faltered, requiring the family to move frequently and leaving little for luxuries. Though her parents supported her creative aspirations, limited resources forced Leigh to navigate her ambitions with ingenuity. She made clever use of modest opportunities, joining amateur theatre groups and studying with intensity at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, despite scarce funds. The acting profession itself posed further obstacles. The British film industry in the 1930s was relatively small and dominated by skepticism toward young, unproven talent. Casting directors often dismissed Leigh due to her perceived lack of experience and unconventional beauty, deeming her too exotic-looking for the typical British roles sought at the time. Additionally, her petite frame and refined mannerisms led many to question whether she possessed the dramatic range and physical presence needed for larger-than-life parts. Rather than yielding to doubt, Leigh adopted a fierce persistence. She sought small opportunities, building her confidence and skills by taking on uncredited or minor roles in theatre and film over. She worked tirelessly to refine her speaking voice and overcome assumptions about her abilities. Her personal relationships also played a role in shaping her early path. Leigh married young to barrister Herbert Leigh Holman, but her decision to pursue acting caused tension in the marriage. Despite societal pressures of the era to conform to traditional domestic roles, she chose to prioritize her aspiration. Against the odds, she earned enough early success to draw attention from Larry Olivier, who became both a mentor and romantic partner. Still, their growing relationship invited scrutiny from both public and industry peers, especially since their union did not begin under entirely conventional circumstances. Leigh weathered these personal challenges while remaining steadfast in her pursuits, using her association with Olivier to explore networking opportunities, while still working hard to establish her independence as a serious actress. Despite limited funds, she invested in her wardrobe and presentation to project confidence during auditions, often making her own adjustments to costumes and makeup to highlight her unique charm. When struggling studios passed on her for leading roles, she meticulously rehearsed alone to prepare for future chances. This preparation transformed her once she landed key opportunities, such as her breakthrough role in Fire Over England. Determined to cross over into larger international stages, Leigh further proved her resilience by pursuing a role in Gone with the Wind with relentless enthusiasm. She wasn't Hollywood's top choice for Scarlett O'Hara, but undeterred by their initial disregard, she traveled to America and charmed casting directors in person with her persistence, intelligence, and striking screen test. Through each setback, she displayed adaptability, from learning new dialects to mastering intensive character studies, winning industry skeptics over one performance at a time. Rather than succumbing to discouragement, Leigh matched external skepticism with internal faith and creativity, transforming doubts into opportunities to improve her craft. Her unyielding resolve early on laid the foundation for her to break through some of the most formidable barriers in entertainment, and solidified her place among the most celebrated actresses of her era. While waiting for her child in Darjeeling, Gertrude Hartley spent 15 minutes each morning looking at the Himalayas. She believed that the beauty of the mountains would be passed to her unborn child. Vivien Leigh, the actress, was born to Gertrude Hartley. She starred in 3 films that were nominated for the Oscar Best Picture. These films are Gone with the Wind, which won the award, A Streetcar Named Desire, and Ship of Fools. Vivien Leigh's performance in these films showcased her talent and made her a well-known figure in Hollywood. Her father gave her the nickname Vivling, a blend of her name and the word darling. This nickname reflected the affection he had for her. Vivien Leigh's career was marked by her strong performances and her ability to portray complex characters. Her legacy continues to influence actors today. Starting with her role in Gone with the Wind, Vivien Leigh captured the hearts of audiences and critics alike. Her portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara was a defining moment, showcasing her talent and depth. Critics praised her ability to convey both strength and vulnerability, making the character unforgettable. This performance earned her an Academy Award, solidifying her status as a leading actress in Hollywood. Following this, Her work in A Streetcar Named Desire marked another turning point. Leigh's portrayal of Blanche Dubois was both haunting and powerful, earning her a second Academy Award. Peers and critics noted how she brought a complex emotional range to the role, making it one of the most iconic performances in theater and film history. Collaborators like director Elia Kazan spoke highly of her dedication and ability to immerse herself in her characters. Leigh's talent was not just in her acting but also in her ability to connect with the audience on a deep level. Her performances often reflected her own struggles, adding layers to her work that resonated with many. As her career progressed, Leigh faced personal challenges, including mental health issues, yet she continued to deliver remarkable performances. Her resilience and commitment to her craft inspired many in the industry. Even today, her legacy endures, with many actors citing her as a significant influence on their work. Through her groundbreaking roles and the acclaim she received, Vivien Leigh remains a pivotal figure in film history, celebrated for her extraordinary contributions to the arts. Vivien Leigh played Scarlett O'Hara in the film Gone with the Wind. David O. Selznick, the producer, fired George Cukor as director because he believed Cukor, who was homosexual, could not direct the romantic scenes between Rhett and Scarlett effectively. Victor Fleming took over as director. Despite being dismissed, Cukor continued to coach Leigh and Olivia de Havilland on weekends, without Selznick or Fleming knowing. Leigh's performance as Scarlett is one of her most famous roles. She was later ranked number 48 in Empire magazine's list of the top 100 movie stars of all time in 1997. In A Streetcar Named Desire, Leigh took on the role of Blanche Dubois, replacing Jessica Tandy. This was the second time they shared a role. Previously, Leigh played Ophelia opposite her husband, Laurence Olivier, who directed Hamlet. Tandy also played Ophelia in a different production of Hamlet directed by John Gielgud. Lee's ability to portray complex characters made her a significant figure in film and theater, shaped by a deep sense of perfectionism and a relentless drive to fully inhabit the roles she chose. Vivien Leigh approached acting as both a craft and an art form. Her immersive creative process involved detailed research, physical transformation, and an intense emotional commitment that often blurred the lines between herself and the characters she portrayed. Whether on stage or screen, Leigh sought to capture the nuances of her characters' inner lives, infusing every gesture and expression with meaning. Her iconic roles, ranging from Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind to Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire, reveal the depth of her artistry and the meticulous care she took to bring complex, flawed women to life. Leigh's personal experiences profoundly influenced her work, revealing a duality that mirrored her own life, balancing moments of brilliance with private struggles, including her battles with bipolar disorder. Her performances reflected an inherent vulnerability beneath their polished exteriors. Her ability to channel raw emotion into her work stemmed not only from technical skill, but from a wellspring of personal pain. This authenticity allowed audiences to connect with her characters on a deeply human level, as Leigh herself seemed to live and breathe the lives of the women she portrayed. Leigh's worldview was shaped by her experiences as a woman navigating the male-dominated world of mid-20th century theater and film. She drew inspiration from challenges in her personal relationships and her pursuit of excellence in an era when the industry demanded sacrifices from actresses vying for lasting recognition. Her style combined classic technique with a modern sensibility, revealing a willingness to take risks and defy expectations. Her relationship with Laurence Olivier further informed her artistic vision, as the two collaborated on numerous theatrical productions and shared a passionate, often tumultuous, creative partnership. Leigh's work on stage was no less remarkable than her film performances. She brought an astonishing intensity to roles like Shakespeare's Lady Macbeth, which he imbued with a delicate yet ferocious edge. Her process often involved months of preparation, during which she would immerse herself in character details, from costumes and dialects to psychological motivations. Through this dedication, her performances transcended mere entertainment, becoming intricate studies of humanity and resilience. Leigh's fascination with beauty and fragility manifested in her approach, where she used her distinctive voice, physicality, and luminous screen presence to draw audiences into her world. Critics often noted her ability to balance strength with delicacy, emerging both as a commanding presence and a deeply empathetic figure. Her instincts for timing, both dramatic and comedic, lent her characters a dynamic range that kept viewers captivated. While some may have dismissed her initially for her striking beauty, Leigh continually proved that beneath her glamorous exterior lay an artist of profound depth and discipline. Even the cultural contexts of her time left an imprint on her choices and her portrayals. She often gravitated toward roles that examined themes of identity, morality, and the fragility of the human spirit. Scarlett O'Hara's complex blend of ambition, selfishness, and charm resonated not only with audiences of her era, but also with Leigh herself, who understood the stakes of navigating turbulent personal and professional landscapes. Blanche Dubois, a role Leigh would describe as both the most daunting and entirely consuming, felt like an exorcism of her private demons, melding her personal vulnerabilities with the crushing disillusionment of the character. Leigh's dedication to detail extended off-screen as well, where she advocated for meaningful storytelling and meticulous production standards in an industry often preoccupied with commercial appeal. Her enduring influence persists as a testament to her ability to elevate every project she touched with intelligence, sensitivity, and an unyielding pursuit of truth within fictional frameworks. While societal expectations for women and actresses during her time often constrained others, Leigh embraced the complexities and contradictions of her characters, turning vulnerabilities into a source of strength. Her artistry remains as much about technical mastery as it is about her capacity to connect with the emotional core of the human condition. Vivien Leigh won the Tony Award for her performance in the Broadway musical Coverage in 1963. She is well known for her role as Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire. At the time of filming, she was only 36 years old but required makeup to appear older for the character. In Gone with the Wind, she played Scarlett O'Hara, a role that became iconic. One memorable scene occurs when Scarlett returns to her home, Tara, which has been vandalized. In this scene, she digs up a radish from the garden, and then retches while delivering her famous line as "God is my witness." Interestingly, the sounds of vomiting in that scene were not made by Leigh. Instead, they were looped by Olivia de Havilland. There are two stories about this. One suggests that Leigh could not produce a convincing retching sound. The other claims she would not make the sound because it was not considered ladylike. Leigh's performances left a lasting impact on film and theatre. Vivien Leigh's contribution to the film and theatre industry is both groundbreaking and transformative, marked by her ability to bring a blend of intensity, vulnerability, and complexity to her characters. Best known for her unforgettable portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind and Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire, Leigh set a standard for dramatic acting on screen, becoming one of the most revered actresses of her time. Her dedication to her craft and her meticulous preparation for roles revealed a profound understanding of the human condition, allowing her to embody characters who were both deeply flawed and irresistibly compelling. Critics and industry experts have often cited her as a defining force in the transition between the classical and modern ages of film performance. In Gone with the Wind, her layered and magnetic interpretation of Scarlett gave life to a character that might have easily been reduced to a one-dimensional figure. Film historian Kendra Bean noted that Leigh's performance captured the resilience and complexity of Southern womanhood in a way that resonated with audiences across generations. Her work made an indelible mark on the way women were depicted in cinema, demonstrating that female characters could possess both strength and moral ambiguity. Her performance as Blanche Dubois in the 1951 adaptation of Tennessee Williams' play A Streetcar Named Desire further demonstrated her range and fearlessness. Leigh brought tragic depth to the character, navigating themes of mental health and societal expectations with raw, haunting emotion. Williams himself praised her portrayal as the embodiment of his most complex creation, claiming she understood the delicacy and danger of Blanche better than anyone. The film's director, Elia Kazan, also acknowledged that her instinctive ability to translate Blanche's fragility and disillusionment onto the screen contributed significantly to the movie's success, ensuring it became a cultural landmark. Beyond her specific roles, her meticulous preparation and disciplined work ethic influenced how actors approached their craft. Laurence Olivier, her husband and fellow thespian, often mentioned Leigh's ability to immerse herself so deeply in her characters that she blurred the line between reality and fiction. This dedication inspired future generations of actors, including contemporaries like Elizabeth Taylor and later performers like Cate Blanchett, both of whom acknowledged Vivien's influence on their work. Blanchett, in particular, cited Leigh's stunning portrayal of complex women as an inspiration for her own choices in building nuanced characters. Her collaborations with directors and producers also left a lasting impact on storytelling techniques in film and theater. By insisting on authenticity and emotional honesty, she helped elevate the narrative depth of the productions she was part of. In doing so, she showed that audiences were ready for stories that went beyond surface-level entertainment to explore deeper, often uncomfortable realities. This shift allowed filmmakers and playwrights to take risks, knowing actors like Leigh could meet the demands of such layered storytelling. Leigh's iconic performances and artistic courage also influenced the broader landscape of acting techniques. Scholars have noted that her work serves as a bridge between the classical training of actors like those in England's theatre tradition and the emotionally driven method style popularized in America. Her ability to combine technical precision with visceral emotional depth enriched her performances and set new standards that transcended geographical and cultural boundaries in the industry. Moreover, Leigh's personal struggles with mental illness brought a tragic human dimension to her legacy. Her openness, though unintentional, allowed for a greater conversation around the pressures faced by actors in the industry and their mental well-being. Modern actors and mental health advocates often cite her as a reminder that even the most resilient and seemingly perfect performers carry unseen burdens, a recognition that has pushed for more compassionate treatment and understanding within theatre industry. Her lasting influence can also be seen in the way films are cast. Vivien Leigh, who was an Englishwoman, paradoxically became synonymous with iconic American characters like Scarlett O'Hara, proving that talent could transcend national or regional types. This opened doors for more global representation in Hollywood, encouraging filmmakers to prioritize ability over ancestry when making casting decisions. Vivien Leigh was close friends with Rachel Kempson, the mother of actress Vanessa Redgrave. Leigh is best known for her role as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. The film faced many challenges during production. David O. Selznick initially chose George Cukor to direct, but conflicts arose between Cukor, Clark Gable, and Selznick. Gable felt Cukor focused too much on the female leads, while Selznick thought the film lacked energy. After less than 3 weeks, Cukor was fired. Selznick then turned to Victor Fleming, impressed by his work on The Wizard of Oz. Fleming shared Selznick's vision and agreed to direct. He worked closely with the cast and crew, revising the script and ensuring strong performances. Despite his reputation as a man's director, He effectively directed women. However, the film's demands took a toll on him, leading to exhaustion. In his absence, Sam Wood completed filming. Leigh also wanted to play the second mistress de Winter in Rebecca, but Selznick cast Joan Fontaine instead. Straining their relationship, Fontaine received an Academy Award nomination for the role. Vivien Leigh's life outside of acting was rich and complex, reflecting her deep values and interests. She had a passion for literature and often found inspiration in the works of great writers. This love for storytelling influenced her performances, allowing her to bring depth and authenticity to her roles. Leigh was also known for her strong sense of social justice. She supported various causes, including mental health awareness, which was particularly close to her heart due to her own struggles with bipolar disorder. This personal experience shaped her understanding of human emotions, enhancing her ability to portray characters with depth and nuance. In addition to her artistic pursuits, Leigh was involved in philanthropic efforts, often supporting charities that focused on the arts and mental health. She believed in the power of art to heal and connect people, which drove her to advocate for those in need. Her friendships with fellow artists and intellectuals also enriched her life, providing a network of support and inspiration. Through her personal values and interests, Leigh not only shaped her own career, but also left a lasting impact on those around her. Mervyn Leroy reflected on the film Waterloo Bridge, noting its lasting impact. He mentioned that many consider it his best work. His friend Jack Benny called it his favorite among all Leroy's films. Vivien Leigh, who starred alongside Robert Taylor, claimed it was the best role of her career. This praise is significant, especially since she had just completed Gone with the Wind. Despite her fame, Leigh acted in fewer than 20 films throughout her career. Her talent shone brightly in each role, but her filmography was limited. During the filming of Gone with the Wind, Leigh was a heavy smoker, consuming almost 4 packs of cigarettes a day. This habit affected her health, but did not diminish her performance. Her dedication to her craft and her memorable roles have left a lasting legacy in cinema. Leigh's work continues to be celebrated, and her performances remain influential in the film industry. Though she achieved global fame as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind, Vivien Leigh's legacy in the entertainment industry transcends her Oscar-winning roles. Known for her meticulous preparation and commitment to embodying complex characters, Leigh left an indelible mark on cinema and theater. Her portrayal of Southern belle charm was layered with emotional depth, guiding both filmmakers and audiences to appreciate performances that blended vulnerability with strength. Leigh was equally celebrated on stage, pulling audiences into the intensity of classical works like Shakespeare and modern drama. Her commitment to honing her craft served as a model for performers who strive to bridge the gap between cinema and theater, recognizing the distinct challenges and rewards each medium offers. She demonstrated the importance of versatility, choosing unglamorous roles that showcased human fragility as much as elegant resilience. Moreover, Leigh's bravery in confronting mental health struggles publicly highlighted her humanity beyond the artist. By breaking through the stigma tied to her personal struggles, she indirectly influenced an industry that often expects perfection, urging future entertainers to embrace imperfections as part of their journey. Aspiring professionals can look to her career as a lesson in perseverance, artistry, and authenticity. Leigh frequently advised young actors to never let fame diminish their love for storytelling and to immerse themselves in the details of each character. She believed in continuous learning, often recommending studying multiple facets of performance, from diction to body language, to maintain credibility on screen and stage. At the heart of her advice was the belief that striving for excellence begins with an appreciation for the process of creation itself. She encouraged actors to listen, observe, and adapt, rather than chasing superficial measurements of success. In the future, Leigh envisioned her contributions to the industry by inspiring a new generation of performers who value depth over glamour. Her work demonstrated that creating lasting art is a collaboration between the performer, the audience, and the material. Leigh's disciplined exploration of character, her willingness to push boundaries, and her vulnerability gave audiences art that resonated for decades. Her legacy continues to guide filmmakers, directors, and actors as they look for stories that delve into the essence of human experience rather than merely entertain. Leigh's belief that artists should embrace humanity as a source of creativity offers timeless advice, allowing each professional to find their unique voice while respecting the traditions of their craft. She left behind the message that artistry demands both effort and heart, a motivation to take small steps toward innovation while cherishing the powerful legacy past generations have left. One of 12 actresses to win the Best Actress Oscar for portraying a pregnant character, Vivien Leigh earned this honor for her role in Gone with the Wind. This film, released in 1939, remains one of her most famous works. Other actresses who achieved this include Helen Hayes, Louise Reiner, and Frances McDormand, among others. Beyond her film career, Vivien had a deep love for cats, particularly Siamese cats, which she cherished throughout her life. Despite her success, she faced personal challenges, including manic depression. At times, she required shock therapy to manage her condition. Remarkably, she would perform on stage just hours after her treatments, demonstrating her dedication and talent. Her ability to maintain her performances under such circumstances highlights her strength and commitment to her craft. Vivien Leigh's legacy continues to influence the film industry and inspire many. From her early days in England, Vivien Leigh's passion for acting shone brightly. She captivated audiences with her stunning performances, most notably as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. This role showcased her ability to blend strength and vulnerability, leaving a lasting impression on film history. Her innovative approach to character development set her apart, as she often drew from her own experiences to bring depth to her roles. Leigh's talent was not limited to the screen. She also excelled on stage, earning acclaim for her performances in plays like A Streetcar Named Desire. Despite facing personal struggles, including battles with mental health, her perseverance never wavered. Leigh's impact on the entertainment industry continues to inspire actors and filmmakers today. Her legacy reminds us that creativity, combined with determination, can overcome obstacles and create unforgettable art. The journey of Vivien Leigh is a testament to the enduring power of passion and the human spirit. Vivien Leigh took on the role of Mary Treadwell in Ship of Fools after Katharine Hepburn had to step away due to Spencer Tracy's health issues. This change allowed Leigh to showcase her talent in a complex character. In A Streetcar Named Desire, she played Blanche Dubois alongside Marlon Brando, Kim Hunter, and Kyle Malden, all of whom were Oscar winners. This film is notable for its powerful performances and strong emotional themes. In Gone with the Wind, Leigh portrayed Scarlett O'Hara, a role that became iconic. During a memorable scene, director George Cukor instructed Leigh to slap Butterfly McQueen, who played Prissy, to create a realistic moment. McQueen was directed to scream, but after several takes, she became upset, feeling that Leigh was hitting her too hard. In a later interview, McQueen shared that she had a deal with the cast: if Leigh hit her, she would not scream, but if Leigh only pretended to hit her, she would scream loudly. McQueen humorously noted that Prissy deserved to be slapped often because of her character's behavior. She died after collapsing at home from complications from an attack of tuberculosis on July 7, 1967. That evening, the lights of West End theatre marquees were kept dark for an hour in her honor. Vivien Leigh is remembered for her role as Myra in Waterloo Bridge, which was her personal favorite among her films. In the late 1930s and early 1940s, she and Joan Bennett were often seen as lookalikes of Hedy Lamarr. This trio of actresses brought a dark-haired, blue-eyed type of beauty to Hollywood. They even appeared together on the cover of the May 1939 issue of Picture Play magazine. Leigh's talent and beauty made her a significant figure in cinema history. Her performances left a lasting impact on audiences and the film industry. Despite her struggles with health, her legacy continues to be celebrated. Her work remains influential, and she is often remembered for her strong characters and emotional depth in her role. Vivien Leigh was not the first choice for the role of Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. In fact, when fans were asked to vote for their preferred actress, she received only one vote. At that time, she was relatively unknown. The film faced significant challenges during production, especially with the fire scene. The crew needed to keep the flames burning for over 40 minutes to capture the necessary shots. They solved this by creating a double network of pipes behind the set. One pipe carried a mixture of kerosene and coal tar, while the other carried water. The team spent 10 days rehearsing camera movements to ensure everything went smoothly. On December 10, 1938, the first flames were ignited, and the fires lasted for an hour and a half. Stuntman Yakima Kanat performed as Clark Gable's double, guiding the wagon through the flames, while Dorothy Fargo stood in for Scarlett. Vivien Leigh worked on the film for 125 days and earned about $25,000, while Clark Gable worked for 71 days and received over $120,000. Vivien Leigh's portrayal of Mary Treadwell in Ship of Fools showcased a deliberate visual approach by director Stanley Kramer. Throughout much of the film, Leigh was filmed in a soft focus, creating a subtle effect that complemented her character's complexity and aging persona. However, for the pivotal Charleston dance sequence, Kramer reversed his technique and captured her in crisp, harsh focus. This shift magnified the raw intensity of the performance, leaving a stark impression that highlighted the emotional breakdown of her character in a way that soft focus could not achieve. The contrast added a compelling depth to the scene, making it one of the standout moments of the film. During the making of Gone with the Wind, director Victor Fleming sought to present Scarlett O'Hara as more than just a fiery, defiant Southern belle. For the scene where Scarlett attends Ashley Wilkes's birthday party, wearing the iconic low-cut burgundy velvet gown, Fleming wanted her to exude an intense sensuality that would align with his vision of Scarlett matching Clark Gable's. Rhett Butler, costume designer Walter Plunkett, played a critical role in achieving this look. To enhance Leigh's décolletage and create the dramatic silhouette for the gown, Plunkett resorted to taping Vivien Leigh's breasts together. This method, while unconventional, ensured the desired aesthetic, allowing the dress to convey Scarlett's overt but calculated allure. The result became one of the most memorable visual moments in the film, cementing Leigh's performance as inseparable from Scarlett's iconic presence. Even after her marriage to Laurence Olivier ended, Vivien Leigh continued to keep personal mementos of their time together. His photograph remained a permanent fixture beside her bed and on her dressing table. Despite the end of their relationship, she held a lasting regard for him both personally and professionally. Until her passing, she was still referred to as Lady Olivier, a title tied to her former husband's knighthood. This detail reflected the deep connection she maintained to their shared history, regardless of the distance that time and circumstances placed between them. Vivien Leigh took on the iconic role of Blanche Dubois in the 1951 film adaptation of A Streetcar Named Desire, a decision partly influenced by box office considerations. Jessica Tandy, who had originated the role on Broadway, was considered for the film but ultimately passed over. Olivia de Havilland was also offered the part, but turned it down after her husband Marcus Goodrich advised against it. This opened the way for Leigh, whose established popularity and prior work in Gone with the Wind made her a marketable choice for the studio. The character of Blanche, a fragile and fading Southern belle with a deeply troubled psyche, became one of Leigh's most memorable performances, earning her an Academy Award. Interestingly, while the film had no sequel, the 1947 Tennessee Williams play was based on inspired a follow-up in 2020 titled, You've Slept Too Long in Silence. The sequel imagines Blanche, after decades in a mental hospital, attending the funeral of Stanley, her former brother-in-law. During the filming of Gone with the Wind, where Leigh played Scarlett O'Hara, her dedication to her craft was well documented. Behind the scenes, however, she reportedly smoked up to 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Her co-star Clark Gable, who played Rhett Butler, matched her heavy smoking habit, consuming 3 packs daily throughout his career. Smokers often turned to this habit to manage the pressures of intense film productions, but the sheer volume Leigh smoked suggests the grueling nature of portraying a character as complex and spirited as Scarlett. This role cemented her status as one of Hollywood's great leading ladies and won her an Academy Award for Best Actress. Vivien Leigh's portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind is one of her most recognized roles, but it came with challenges both on screen and off-screen. She was determined to play the role after reading the novel, feeling it was the perfect match for her skills and personality. Her persistence paid off, but the filming process was far from smooth. Leigh's scenes with Clark Gable, who played Rhett Butler, were often uncomfortable for her, particularly the kissing scenes. She later expressed her dislike for these moments, claiming that Gable's bad breath made the experience unpleasant. His breath was rumored to be caused by his false teeth, which were required due to damage from years of heavy smoking. A technician from the set, Frank Buckingham, claimed that Gable intentionally ate garlic before some of the kissing scenes, making matters worse for Leigh. Director Victor Fleming's harsh approach to filmmaking was another point of difficulty for Leigh, who had previously been under the more considerate guidance of George Cukor. Fleming's brusque style caused tension between them. At one point, when Leigh sought direction for a scene, Fleming dismissively told her to ham it up. On another occasion, she asked him for more constructive advice, only for him to rudely suggest that she stick the script up her royal British ass. His view of Scarlett O'Hara differed significantly from Leigh's interpretation. Fleming was inclined to portray Scarlett as a harsh, unsympathetic character, like the version presented in the novel, whereas Leigh aimed to provide more depth and insight into Scarlett's persona. After Cukor's departure, Leigh had to push hard to maintain her vision of the character, often standing up to Fleming to keep Scarlett aligned with her perspective. Despite the difficulties on set and clashing creative visions, her commitment to the role never wavered. Gone with the Wind was both a personal ambition and a professional challenge for Vivien Leigh, requiring fierce dedication and frequent compromises. The result was a storied performance that cemented her legacy, but the journey to achieve it was fraught with obstacles. Vivien Leigh's work and legacy continue to inspire many. Known for her powerful performances, she brought characters to life in a way that few could. Her role as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind remains iconic, showcasing her ability to portray complex emotions and strength. Leigh's talent was not limited to film. She also shone on stage, earning acclaim for her performances in plays like A Streetcar Named Desire. This versatility made her a beloved figure in both theater and cinema. Beyond her acting skills, her beauty and charisma captivated audiences, leaving a lasting impression on the entertainment industry. Many admire her dedication to her craft, often overcoming personal struggles to deliver unforgettable performances. As we reflect on her contributions, it is essential to consider how her work has shaped the roles of women in film and theater. We invite you to share your thoughts on Vivien Leigh's impact and legacy in the comments. If you enjoyed this content, please like, share, and subscribe for more celebrations of the creative spirits who have shaped entertainment.